Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Gloria Atta. Welcome. It is generally believed that African leaders don't resign, no matter the accusation. But in the Western world, even in South America and Asia, leaders bow out at the slightest accusation as they still have personality to protect. This piece of news from Vietnam says its president, Vo Van Thuong, just resigned after 1 year in the job. The ruling Communist Party announced this Wednesday as the country mounts a sweeping anti-graft purge. The party said Thuong was guilty of violations and shortcomings, and his resignation was accepted by the Central Committee. The 53-year-old's dramatic fall comes as Vietnam undergoes major political upheaval, with his predecessor forced out in an anti-corruption drive that has seen several ministers fired and top business leaders tried for fraud and corruption. A statement on the party's website said Thuong had violated unspecified regulations and failed to set a proper example. As head of state, Comrade Vo Van Thuong's violations and shortcomings have caused bad public opinion affecting the reputation of the party, state, and himself personally, said the statement initially reported by the state Vietnam. The federal government has named Tukur Mamu, a Kaduna-based publisher, and 14 others as terrorism financiers in the country. Mamu has been in the custody of the Department of State Services (DSS) since September 2022. This was disclosed in a document released by the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit (NFIU) on Tuesday. The terrorism financiers uncovered include 9 individuals and 6 bureau de change operators and firms. The NFIU noted that the Nigeria Sanctions Committee met on Monday, where specific individuals and entities were recommended for sanction following their alleged involvement in terrorism financing. The NFIU stated that Mamu allegedly participated in the financing of terrorism by receiving and delivering ransom payments over the sum of $200,000 in support of ISWAP terrorists for the release of hostages of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack. Civil society organizations and a security expert have criticized Senate President Godswill Akpabio for linking Thursday's killing of 16 military personnel in Delta State to foreign mercenaries. The troops were killed while on a peace mission to the warring communities of Okwama and Okoloba. Akpabio spoke Tuesday during plenary when the Senate resolved to constitute a committee to unravel the circumstances behind the military personnel's killings. He said the panel would be saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that those involved in the killings were brought to justice. Reacting to Akpabio's claims, Awal Musa Rafsanjani, Executive Director, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center (CISLAC) and Transparency International Nigeria, a criminal is a criminal, irrespective of where he or she comes from. So, to support or give kind of soft landing to people who have carried out this barbaric murder against serving security officials is condemnable. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says it will not accredit civil society organizations that failed to submit observation reports on the last general election and other off-cycle governorship and supplementary elections. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu stated this in Abuja during the first quarterly consultative meeting with civil society organizations. The chairman said submission of observation reports was mandatory as it was one of the conditions for eligibility to observe future elections. According to the INEC boss, some of the reforms and innovation introduced by the Commission over the years were from past election observation reports.
We appreciate the observations and recommendations contained in your election observation reports. Some of the reforms and innovations introduced by the Commission over the years draw from your observation reports. However, while many of you have submitted your reports, some accredited observers are yet to do so for the general election, supplementary elections, off-cycle elections, by-elections, and rerun elections. May I therefore seize this opportunity to remind those that are yet to submit their observation reports that it is mandatory to do so, being one of the conditions for eligibility to observe future elections. Going forward, the Commission will operate strictly on the policy of no observation report, no accreditation.
Speaking on behalf of civil society organizations, Mufiliat Fijabi of Sustainable Gender Action Initiative commended INEC for always providing a platform for stakeholders to participate in the nation's electoral process. Mufiliat Fijabi assured Nigerians that CSOs would not relent in providing a voice for the voiceless in the society.
I would also like to appreciate the fact that for Nigeria as a country, election is no longer a seasonal thing, but one that is all year round, especially considering what the chairman stated in a speech about the recently conducted off-cycle elections as well as by-elections since the last general elections. We also take very seriously the fact that the Commission is still expecting reports from observation groups, especially from civil society organizations, and I'm quite optimistic that my colleagues here who have already started turning in their reports will expedite action to ensure that all pending reports are forwarded to the Commission. And I also agree with the fact that to have a robust electoral process in Nigeria, feedback is very important from both INEC and civil society organizations for us to do better. And to also say that political parties are critical to elections in Nigeria, and it will be of great value to have all outcomes of primaries, especially for the Edo primaries that have recently been concluded, that they are uploaded into the portal.
Professor Mahmoud Yakubu also stressed the need for CSOs to engage with political parties and observe their party primaries. A human rights activist, Akinola Adelabu So, is currently seeking travel restrictions on Omomi, the wife of the late singer Mohbad, and their son Liam. This was contained in a letter titled Urgent Request to Monitor and Prevent Departure of Mohbad's Wife and Child. Adelabu So, in the letter addressed to 13 different consulates domiciled in the country, noted that the demise of Mohbad had left fans and fellow artists in shock, adding that there were lingering questions surrounding the incident. The consulates highlighted in the document include those of the United States of America, Brazil, France, Italy, Russia, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Germany, the Republic of Cyprus, Greenland, Canada, the Republic of Korea, and China. While stating that Omomi was an integral part of Mohbad's life, Adelabu So noted that the situation after the late artist's death remained sensitive. He therefore urged the embassies to be vigilant and prevent their departure from Nigeria until the completion of the ongoing investigation. He further stated that their presence within the country during this critical period was essential for transparency and accountability. While Adelabu So called on the NIS to monitor all travel-related activities of Wunmi and take necessary precautions to prevent her departure, he urged the police to be aware of the development and assist in ensuring that she remained in the country. When contacted, Wunmi's lawyer, Taiwo Olawale, said Adelabu So was not in the right position to write such a letter, adding that his client had no plans to travel out of the country. Mohbad died on September 12 at the age of 27, with circumstances surrounding his death sparking controversies on social media. A Grade 1 area court sitting at Lugbe, Abuja on Tuesday sentenced a laborer, Terka Akishi, 36, to 15 months in prison for stealing 2 Qur'ans and a cell phone from a mosque in the Asokoro area of Abuja. The judge, Malam Aliyu Kagarko, sentenced Akishi, who pleaded guilty to the crime. The judge, however, gave him an option of 40,000 naira fine. The prosecutor, Emeka Ezeganya, had told the court that the case was reported to the Asokoro police station by Mr. Isa Belikisu of Guards Brigade, Nigeria Army, Asokoro, Abuja, on March 14. He said that the convict trespassed into a mosque in the place and stole a cell phone and two Qurans. The prosecutor said that the value of the stolen items had yet to be ascertained. He said the items were recovered from Akishi during police investigation. And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top story. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.